holidays have come to the Cityline studio. I love it here. So we're setting the mood with a very festive dinner party, the countdown to the big day, and a one-pot meal for those family get-togethers. Here with his hearty and flavor-packed braised leg of lamb with dumplings and veggies, Chef Shahir Massoud.
Good to see you. We're kind of matching. I like this.
Well, are we going to tell them that we planned it?
We planned this last night.
We totally planned this. Because it's the holidays.
It's the holiday season.
Right?
We're festive. We're feeding a crowd.
Yes.
So I wanted to do something that's affordable. You can do ahead of time. It's great for cold days. And we are feeding a lot of people, right?
Okay, so is lamb affordable? Because we are making lamb, and some people think lamb, like, that's fancy.
Totally. I mean, a lamb chop would be.
Yeah,
and the fancier cuts would be, a lamb sirloin or whatever. But a leg or a shoulder, and you'll find these things in kind of the shape of a roast in a grocery store.
Yeah.
25 bucks. This is 2.5, 3 pounds.
Okay.
And the reason is, Tracy, these are tough cuts.
Yeah.
So we want to cook them low and slow, and then they become very, very tender. So they are economical cuts.
Got it.
Okay. So we're going to start first with this little roast. This is the boneless leg. You can, again, find this in form of the shoulder. And then I've got spices here. Paprika, cinnamon. Lamb loves cinnamon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Garlic powder, onion powder, some chili, and some coriander, because I love coriander. But you can play with this flavor profile. Put some fennel in there, put some cumin, get creative. So
you're very good with your spices, Shahir.
I love spices. You know that.
I love that.
So it goes on to the lamb.
I love that you love spices.
I love that you love that I love spices. It's a love fest here in the holidays. Just so much love going on. Too much love even. So it goes on. Now, this is the best part. You want to rub this lamb at least a couple hours before you cook it, even day before. Okay. Because you don't want to just put the spices on and then cook it. Let things get to know one another.
Yeah, let them, together go out on a couple of dates.
Yeah, what's your name? Who are you? Oh, I'm Coriander. Here I am.
Have some good conversation.
Yeah, it's good.
Get in there.
So anytime you do a dry rub like that, whether it's lamb, a pork rib, whatever, let it sit, okay?
Got it.
Then I'm going to put it into a pot with these veggies, nothing fancy, carrot, onion, celery, some garlic, a little bit of stock. I'm not even searing it. Like, it's dummy proof. You don't have to sear it. You're not going to get oil burns on your face. It's all good.
So if we do it wrong, we're dummies.
Yes. If you do it wrong, officially, you're hopeless.
It's good to know.
Covered. Yeah. 350 degrees, 3 hours. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. That's all you got to do. Wait till you see it in a second. Okay. But we'll get to that in one moment. All right. So while the lamb braises, and again, you could even do this 2 days before your guests arrive. Yes. It actually gets better with time.
I love that.
I love that.
And then you're not like under pressure.
You're not stressed.
They're there, you're cooking.
You're not stressed.
Get it done.
All of this you could do ahead of time. Then we'll talk about these dumplings. These dumplings are almost like a gnocchi, or as the Italians would call it, like a nudi, but with, I know I'm not Italian. She's laughing at me like, what's this guy talking about Italian? I know, but I read. Okay, I've Googled things. We have ricotta, we have mascarpone, we have flour to bind it. Tracy, you can crack me an egg. It's an Egyptian dumpling, all right? What do you want me to call it? Gosh.
Okay, there's your egg.
Fresh mint. Little bit of salt, and I'm going white pepper because I want these dumplings to look white. I don't want to see the specks of black pepper.
Got it.
A little bit of white pepper, which almost has a more, I would say, floral sense than black pepper. There's little hints of nutmeg in white pepper. I like it.
I like that.
So we're going to mix this all up.
Okay.
And again, you can do this ahead of time. What I really like to do is I'll make this dough, I'll pre-blanch them day before my guests arrive, and then I'll just sear them in some butter. Oh, so all of this is ahead of time. When you think about holiday season especially, there's always like 12 people coming over, right?
Yes, and they're always watching you while you cook.
They're always watching.
Some people are okay with that. Like, I imagine
like
you're
you
a chef. Like I am right now.
Yeah.
Some people are okay with that, but a lot of us want, the party to be in the next room while we're slaving away in the kitchen, and people don't want to leave the kitchen.
And honestly,
so it's nice if you can get stuff done ahead of time.
For me, it's not just only about watching. You want to be able to relax with your guests.
Right.
So if you're freaking out
and entertain and have a drink
and everything.
Yeah.
So, do all these things in advance. You don't want to see, flour everywhere when your guests are watching. Do this the day before. So we go in like this. I'm going to knead it ever so slightly, okay? Just like that. And like I said, it really is like a gnocchi.
You have to be very gentle, huh?
You have to be gentle, but notice, that's a great point. You don't want to overdo it or else it gets tough.
Got it.
But you don't want to underdo it because then it will disintegrate in your water.
Okay.
So you do want it still to incorporate all the flour. Yeah. Like I'm doing right now, see? And then it will become kind of smooth. And you'll know when it's done. It's slightly sticky, slightly tacky. So you have some bench flour here. But you're going in stages, not overworking it. And I can kind of feel that it's good.
It's getting there, right?
It's not overdone, and it won't disintegrate, and it's nice. You know?
Okay, you did the touch test.
I do the touch test. I feel good about it. I
All
hope
right.
you feel good about
I
it.
do. I feel amazing
So
about
now,
it.
just like a gnocchi, more bench flour here. We roll it out into kind of a rope, and then you can just blanch these off. Again, you can do this day before.
Yep.
Store them with a little bit of olive oil so they don't stick to each other.
And you're
then
just chopping them.
Just chopping them. And the thing is with dumplings, totally rustic. They could be big, they could be uneven. Actually, those are good because you'll have more surface area for browning, for butter.
Perfect.
So you boil these off. These will take, 1 to 2 minutes. When they rise to the top, we get this.
Oh, they look so good.
And you get these kind of
Amazing.
golden, buttery, crispy parts. So those are ready.
Yep.
The lamb. It's been 3 hours.
We didn't touch it.
We didn't touch it. We didn't
walked
look.
away.
We walked away. We had a drink. We came back to the oven. We did not open the oven until it's done.
Oh,
Totally
that was
tender.
worth it. Oh,
It just comes apart. I didn't sear
Beautiful.
it. Look at the kind of bark I got on top from all those spices.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This will feed. I mean, look at this.
That's good.
It's good. So now,
I know
quickly-
they can't smell it through the television, but please trust us.
Trust us.
It
Trust
smells
us.
amazing. So you did a veggie. What did you do here?
So
you
I got
sauteed some
little bit of spinach.
spinach or kale. Spinach.
Kale would be great. Spinach
Yeah.
is great. Even sauteed arugula would be nice. You get some of these dumplings on here.
I love
super
the
affordable,
dumplings. And this is
cozy.
really nice for a holiday meal as well because, people don't necessarily think lamb right away. There's all
Totally.
the other meats out there that people
Totally.
think of, but lamb is not necessarily
Sure.
at the top of the list. So
You
that
get
is
the
perfect.
braised lamb, totally fork tender.
Very
and
nice.
then I actually like to finish it off. Oh my gosh.
Do you want me to bring the plate to you?
Yeah, would you mind?
There you go.
Let's get those juices on there too.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
So cityline.tv for this
little black olive.
fabulous recipe.
Beautiful.
So we can get your holiday started stress-free, because that's
Yeah,
what it's
easy.
about as well, guys. Thank you for that, Shahir.
Thank you.